changing your life one story at a time. This is the Chicken Soup for the Soul podcast with Editor-in-Chief Amy Newmark.
Hey, it's Amy Newmark with your daily dose of Chicken Soup for the Soul inspiration to make you simply happy. It's Motivational Monday, and today I'm going to share a Thanksgiving story with you because it's Thanksgiving in Canada today, October 10th, and we're only 6 weeks away from Thanksgiving in the United States. Now, it's basically impossible to be happy unless you're grateful. If you don't see the good in what you have, if you're dissatisfied with your lot in life, if you always are wanting more, and more, you are not going to be a happy person. That famous writer, Thornton Wilder, said, "We can only be said to be alive in those moments when our hearts are conscious of our treasures." Conscious of our treasures. That means counting your blessings, which keeps you energized and enthusiastic and participating in the world with vim and vigor. And gratitude improves your relationships too, because everybody prefers hanging out with somebody who is positive and grateful, not complaining all the time. So the wonderful thing about gratitude that I've learned is that even if you weren't born a naturally grateful person, and science tells us that half of us were born that way and half of us were not, gratitude is one of those desirable character traits that you can add on later. You can actually practice being grateful, and pretty soon it will become a natural part of your persona. So this is one of the simplest, easiest ways I know to become happy. I've been doing this podcast since February, and I've been waiting all year to share this story with you. I had to wait until Thanksgiving, and so I finally decided that since it's Thanksgiving in Canada today, I could go for it. The story is from our book about how to find your happiness, and it's called The Great Thanksgiving Challenge. Ruth Jones starts the story by describing how she and her friend Marilyn were sitting in a coffee shop complaining about everything they had to do. Marilyn was bemoaning all the preparation required to have her friends over for her book group, and Ruth was dreading the work required to have her family over for Thanksgiving. She and Marilyn listed all of the things that meant: cooking and cleaning, changing the sheets, wondering what to feed everybody for breakfast. They were complaining away until a bedraggled woman entered the coffee shop. She was obviously homeless. Marilyn saw her and headed right for the counter and paid for the woman's breakfast. And when Ruth complimented her for that, Marilyn said, "Oh, that was guilt." Ruth realized that she and Marilyn had fallen into a bad habit of complaining about their lives. And their lives were actually full of family and friends and nice homes and good food. Their lives were great. So Ruth said, "We should stop complaining. It's a bad habit." And the two of them decided that they were going to give up complaining for Thanksgiving. Marilyn laid out their challenge. "We'll keep a diary. We'll write down every complaint, and then we'll think of something to be thankful for instead, and we'll write that down too." So the next morning, Ruth called Marilyn, and she said, "I've been awake 15 minutes, and all I've done is complain. This is hard." And Marilyn laughed and said, "Okay, quick, what are you thankful for?" Well, Ruth said, "Well, I'm talking on the phone with my best friend, and the cat is purring in my lap. What about you?" Marilyn said, "I'm drinking coffee in a warm kitchen, and I'm about to go work out." See, that wasn't so hard after all. Ruth wrote, "It was hard to believe I complained so much about trivial things. Hard to believe I wasn't more thankful for my family, my friends, my health. My mind kept wandering back to the homeless woman." As the weeks passed, as they headed towards Thanksgiving, Ruth and Marilyn noticed they were recording more and more blessings in their notebooks and a lot fewer complaints. They had better attitudes in general, and they were looking forward to the holiday season. Counting their blessings worked for them. As Gerald Good said, "If you want to turn your life around, try thankfulness. It will change your life mightily." So finally, I got to tell you one of my favorite Thanksgiving stories, and I actually included that story in my Simply Happy book too, because I think it's such a great example of how deliberately practicing thankfulness can actually change a person. Tomorrow is Tip Tuesday, and we're going to talk about 3 simple ways that you can get happier, and they're all things you can accomplish in just one day. I'm Amy Newmark. Thank you for listening to the Chicken Soup for the Soul podcast. If you'd like to read more tips, from Chicken Soup for the Soul, Find Your Happiness, or from my new book, Simply Happy, please go to our website, chickensoup.com. Also, check out hashtag Simply Happy Project on social media all this month. There will be a different, simple way to be happy every single day.